version 1, for instance. Let's say version 1. And I'm going to delete all of these navigators because I don't need it. So if you notice, when I went to insert, I went to buttons. You see this navigator. So page navigator, there's bookmark navigator. So what I want is actually to this bookmark. I want to actually play with it now. Let me see. So let me see. Okay, I'm going to delete this navigator, and I'll do the same thing for this guy. Okay, so now if I go to my view, you will see that I have my bookmark. So Jessica, just share your screen. Share your screen so that I will show you where to go to, just for the purpose of this particular session. Share your screen so that I will show you where to go to. Are you there? Are you on your PC? Share your screen so that I will show you where to go to.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Okay.
So go to, yeah, so this is your view, right? Then you see your click on your bookmark.
Bookmark. Okay. Yeah.
You can see if you click on your bookmark, a new pane is going to open. Click on selection as well. Selection is beside bookmark.
Yeah.
So we are going to be using these two particular you can stop sharing your screen now. We are going to be using this particular selection and bookmark to create our one-page dashboard. Do you follow? So before then, I've published this report. Now you can see my report, right? So if I click on sales, I don't need to click on control again. It's just going to take me to that particular page. If I click on retail, I'm just clicking. I'm not clicking on any control. So it's more interactive. By the time you launch this particular dashboard, you don't need to click on your control. Like I said, you should click on control while trying to edit it on Power BI. Makes sense?
So you're still sharing, right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't share my. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying that this is like the interactive part now after I've published it. So I don't need to click on control because basically I've already launched it. So it's more like an application that I've launched. So it's interactive, and you know, it's going to navigate to where I want to navigate to. That. So hold on. Now this is my Power BI version 2. I am going to use both my selection and my bookmark for this. I don't need this. Now if you notice, right, for this particular page, this is everything that I've created here. So if I click on this selection, it's going to highlight whatever it is I've created. If you see this eye, if I click on hide or I click on it, it's going to hide this particular view. Do you understand? So it is with this I'm going to hide some certain things so I can display certain things. So for instance, I'm going to click on the first, hold control. I want to group all the visualization on this my particular retail sales page. I'll click on the first, hold shift and click on the last. It's going to automatically select it. Then I can right click and group. I've grouped all my my visualization on my retail sales, and I can then rename my group to retail sales, for instance, retail sales, just so I can see this. Now I can then copy this my visualization, this retail sales. I'll click and just say click on it because it's active now. If you notice that you can see this overall like a highlight overall. I can just say Control C, I'll copy, or I don't know if I can copy here, but I'll just say Control C and go to my sales report. Look at my all the visualization for my sales report. I'll just click on the selection and Control V. You are now going to see the data that is copied and they are overlapping each other, right? So this particular all this particular item on my selection is from my sales report. So I'll just click on the button, hold shift, click on the last one, on the last item there, right click and group, and this will be my what, my sales report. So the last, which is my financial report, I'll just click on the first item, click on my last item there, right click and group, and I'm going to rename it as my financial report. I'll just double click on it and name it financial report. When I'm done, while it is still selected, you can see if I hover around it, you see the green. If it's not selected, the green will disappear. So if I select it, you can see the green there, and if I hover around it, you see it moving. So I'll just copy, Control C, go to my sales report and paste it there. So now that I've pasted it there, I have 3 reports on this sales report now. Confirm if you can see my screen. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to create buttons that will be controlling how this thing will be opening and closing at the same time, to hide and show at the same time. So what the first thing I'm going to do is say our sales report is the first report, right? Then followed by financial report, followed by retail sales. So once sales report is on, I don't want to see any other thing, so I'll just click on hide. I want to hide these two, but I need like a button to be able to do this, just like I created a navigator. I also need a way to actually control, I need something to help me automate this process of hiding and unhiding. So that's where the bookmark come in handy. So the next thing I'm going to do is, now I want my bookmark to record some of the things I want to do. So I'm going to click on my bookmark and click on add. So I have bookmark 1. What do I want to do? I want to name it to show show sales report, for instance. That's what I want to do. I'm going to click on another bookmark. What I want to do is to show financial report, and the third one will be show what, retail sales. Now that I've created it, the next thing I'm going to do is, you see these 3 dot here, more options. So I can either click on it, or I'll right click on my bookmark. What I'm going to do is, I want to uncheck data. I also want to uncheck I want to click on selected visual. I will uncheck data. I don't want, what I want to do, the transformation I want to do, the automation I want to do, I don't want it to affect the data that it is actually displaying. I want to make it just aesthetic only, not technical, aesthetic only. So just affect the display. So selected visual as well. I'm going to do the same thing for, I'll uncheck data for the rest. Selected visual, come here, right click, uncheck data, right click, selected visual. Now for the sales report, I want to show sales report only. So when I want to show sales report, I want to hide both financial report and retail sales just as it is now, like this. What? Oh my God. Anyways, now, so basically I actually want to hide these two while I'm showing sales report. So how do I do that? I'll just hide it like this, right? Now, what I am then going to do is to click on my first item, which is the sales report, and click on, hold shift, click on the last item, right? Make sure it is selected. Then right click on my show report, my show sales report, and update. Now you might not notice anything yet, but if I uncheck, if I show this my visuals while the eye is open, not closed, and I click on my sales, show sales report, you will see that it will uncheck, it is going to hide this to remaining two visualization. So you can see it has already hidden it, right? So even if I uncheck it and click on sales report, it will help me hide it. So it's more like recording the steps I'm actually doing. So the next thing I want to do is to show financial report. What that means is my report, if my financial report is unchecked or it is showing, I want to hide both sales, I want to hide both sales report and retail sales. So what I'm going to do is to hide this visual, the sales report. I'm going to uncheck my financial report. This is what I want. I will now highlight everything, all the items in my selection by clicking on, you can click on control and select each of them, or you can click on the first one, then click on shift and click the last, and click the last, you highlight everything, but it doesn't work every time. Sometimes you have to select individual. So what I'm then going to do is go to my financial report, right click on, that's the financial, show financial report bookmark, right click and click on update. Now what happens if I then click on my show sales report? You can see it's going to show, oh God, what did I do? Sometimes you need to be very, very careful with this stuff. I think I need to update. So this is what I want. Right click, update financial report. Yeah, so this is what I want. So if I click on my show sales report bookmark, it's going to show, if it, and every other thing is going to close. If I click on show financial report, you understand, both of them are going to, both the sales and the retail, the sales report and the retail sales is going to hide, and the financial report will be open. Now the third one is my show retail sales. So I want to show the visuals for retail sales. I want to hide the visuals for sales report as well as my financial report. So I'm going to click on either, I'll click on control and select the rest, and right click on retail sales, update. Now if I then go to my show sales report, I will just click on it, and you can then see that my visuals will change as I'm clicking on it, on the bookmark. Does that make sense? Jessica, do you understand what I'm saying? Abraham, welcome. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Jessica, what of you?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the next thing now, I want to now assign my bookmarks to a physical button that if I click, I don't want to have to be doing this every time, right? I want to make it that whatever action this bookmark is doing, I want to make it a physical presence in my visualization. So I have to include a button there. Now the button I want, so if I want to include a button, I'll just go to insert, go to buttons, and what I want to do, basically I want to click on a blank button. So sorry, once I duplicate it, I just have to rename. So I'll just double click on it. Let me see. Oh, my Power BI is taking time to respond. So this will be financial report, and maybe I'll just keep it here. Then the last one will be what? Retail sales. Make sure that you name everything in such a way that you will not get confused. Now, if I click on my format, I'm in my retail sales, right? I will just include text. I'll come to text and on text. I don't need icon. I'll just name my text what? Retail sales, for instance. Increase the change the font color to black. I love using this font style for some reason. I don't know. I just love using it. Right? Let me see. The one thing I can do is to change the do I need to change the border? I'm going to remove the border, add a fill. What do I do to the fill? Am I scrolling? Actually, do I need to add a fill? Yeah, I can go to the properties and let me see. Okay. I can change the fill color to be something. I think maybe I should add a yeah, I can also go to the style, size and style, and add a visual border, and I can make it rounded. That's because I just want to make it round like this, something like this, and make sure that just make it nice and not that round. But do I want to make it dark? Nah, I just want to make it this color. I can actually add a background. The background will be just this same color, so it looks, you might not see it now, but let me increase the rounded corner, so you can see it a little bit round. I can click on this and go to home, go to format painter, and apply whatever I did here to this place. Did he apply? I don't know if he applied though. Okay, yeah, he applied. I'll click and apply to the oh yeah, so I've applied to the rest. So for the sales report, I will just go to back to my I'll go back to my format, add a title. That's no, I don't want to add a title. I'll go back to my button style, add a text. I would say this one is my sales report. And the next one is my financial report. My son is disturbing his mother. So the next thing I can then do is to click on my, I can then come to the state and click on the default hover. Hold on please, excuse me. And what happens when I hover around it? Maybe I want to increase the font to 11. So look at it, gives me so if I hover around, oh, not looking big, is it? Is there any change? Yeah, let me just add the, it's not changing, which is weird. It is supposed to change, but it is not, and that is weird. What did I do? It's actually supposed to change, but I cannot see it change. It's weird. Right. It's actually supposed to change. Hmm. That is weird though. Let me change the font color to white. Okay, now that is weird. I think it has something to do with my background, but I'm not sure. But sometimes it is weird. I really don't know why it's misbehaving. But I'm curious. Anyways, I'll find out why. Anyways, so now for this button, now I want to start assigning them. For the sales button, by the time I click on them and click on format, I'll go to action and check. I will switch on action and I'll click on the drop down. What do I want to do? The type, I want it to be bookmark. I want it to do an action on a bookmark. What is the name of my bookmark? I have my show sales report, I have my financial report, I have my retail sales. I'll click on my retail sales. I'll click on the drop down to read. I will just assign it to show sales report. For my financial report, what do I want it to do? I want to switch on the action. The type will be bookmark because bookmark is what I want to control. Then the bookmark drop down, I'll click on financial sales. I'm now assigned this financial button to my, look at this thing is working now. This is just weird sometimes. I don't know. It's just weird at times. For the retail sales, I am going to click on switch on action. I think it is the action button that, yeah, let me see. I think it's the action button that makes it respond to the hovering around. Many apologies. So I think I'm supposed to switch on my action button. Look at, when I switch it on, look at, it's responsive. I'll click on the type. I want you to go to bookmark. In the bookmark, select retail sales. For I still want to go to my style. I maybe want to change, if I'm hovering around, I want to change it to, let's say, red. I would reduce the font to 11 maybe. I'll just click on the format painter, apply it to the next, and click on format painter, um apply it to the next. So look at what happens. Okay, so maybe I can then increase my, yeah, so I'll just increase the button and click on my control, select everything. Oh, sorry, I think shift, sorry, to multiple select, I think. Then I'll use my arrow button to take it to the left and maybe bring it to, I don't know, the middle. Or better still, let me just arrange it up here. Yeah, I'm just going to arrange it up here. So now that I'm done assigning my my buttons to my visuals, I can then click on, I can then hold control, then click on any of my buttons. So for my sales report, you can see that only sales report is showing, right? For my financial report, you can see it's only financial report that is showing. And if I click on retail sales, you can see that it's only retail sales that is showing. Now I can further move, I can further add to this visualization. Let's say if I'm on my sales report, I only want the button for financial report and retail sales to show. If I'm on my financial report, I only want my sales and my retail sales to show. If I'm also on my retail sales, I only want both the financial and the sales report to show. I can actually do that. I can go to my my bookmark for show sales report and add my buttons to it. So if I'm my sales report, I don't want to show my sales report button. I only want to show these two. I can then click on the first selection, click on my, hold my shift, click on the last selection and select everything. And then I'm going to update my, I'll right click and update my bookmark. So the financial report, I want to show sales report. I don't want to show the financial report button, right? I'm going to highlight and select everything, and I will just click on my, okay. I also want to show my financial report, right? I want to close sales report. Highlight everything, make sure everything is selected, right click and update your financial bookmark. For my retail sales, I want to show financial report, I want to show sales report, but I don't want to show the retail sales report button. I'll highlight everything in my selection pane, it's all highlighted, and I'll right click and update. So now if I then click on my sales report, I'm only going to see financial report button and retail sales button. If I click on my financial report, I'm only going to see sales report button and retail sales. If I click on my retail sales, I'm only going to see financial report and sales report. And you can arrange them in such a way. It's basically, you are controlling the perception of people. That's what you are doing in Power BI. You are controlling the perception of people and converting it in something they can interact with. Do you understand? Jessica,
Yes, sir.
Abraham, what of you? Do you understand? So
I understand. Yes.
I can then publish this and you'll see what it looks like in the interactive dashboard. Now this is not the nicest dashboard, but well, um just so you can get an idea of how they do all of these things, that you see an interactive dashboard that is looking extremely crazy. Let me go to my, okay, so I think I'll go to my workspace. This is my version 1. I'm going to publish this so you guys can have deal of it. I'll go to the export. No, I'll go to file and go to embedded report. I want publish to web. Continue, publish. I'm just going to copy this URL. This I can share with people. Now, if I come here to my new, let me even go to a new, a different browser. I'm going to paste the URL so that is the URL you usually share with people so they can have access to your dashboard. So it's going to load and excuse me. Okay, so this is the report, and so by the time I click on my sales, you can see my sales report is active, but my buttons for financial report and retail sales is the one that is open. So it's just to, you know, to make people perceive something, but in the reality, this is what you did under the hood. You can make this more seamless. I'm just showing you like a you know, basically what it will look like. You can make it more seamless. I can create maybe multiple buttons so that I just want them to stay in the same place. If I want to, I can actually do that. So it doesn't look, I'll just put everything here so that it stays in one place. So it will just be two buttons. So the two buttons will not just be moving, you know, something like this. It's going to make it look very, you know, aesthetically not pleasing to people. Make sense? So that is what I wanted to use to end the Power BI visualization or interactive dashboard. I think the rest of it is basically DAX, making a lot of controls with your DAX. So say for instance, I want to create for my sales report, I want to add a DAX that is going to show me a summary, like a summary of my sales, my profits. Let me go to my data for the sales, retail no, for my financial data set. Let's say I want to show total gross sales, total profits. Let me see if I created I created a DAX for demo. Let's say I want to show my total profit. I want to show them like a text. I think there's what they call you can actually add a report. Where is it, sir? Is it a paginated report? No, I think it's just a report. Let me see. No. Let me click away from here. Make sure if you want to add a new visual, don't let none of your visuals should be active. Don't unselect every other thing. Let me see. Yeah, you can create a narrative. I don't know if there's anything that will show here. Okay, I don't have anything here. Is it a narrative or a, let me see this paginated report, what it is going to show. Create a paginated report. Oh, no, let's not go there. I think there is a particular I think it's narration or something, but I really don't like using that, and that's because so I think it's this narrative. It's going to automatically create reports for you. But me personally, like it will create automatic text for you. I really don't like using it. I like to have certain control over the text I see in visualization. So For instance, let's say I want to create my like a summary of um, total sales, total profit, total units sold, like that, but as a text, right? So I can actually create a DAX, a measure for it. So I'm just going to create a measure, new measure. I can say narration or something as the name of my measure. Narration. I don't know. Oh, narration is double R, right? And I would then click on, I think is a Alt Enter. I will create a variable called total sales, for instance, is equal to my total sales. Yeah, the DAX for my total sales, but I think, yeah, no, my total sales is for financials is this, which is what I can see here. I'll just go into now. Let's say I'm going to create, so Alt Enter. I'll create another variable called total profit equal total profit. So my total profit is this, no underscore. Then last one is I'll then create a variable called total units sold, or I'll just say units sold is equal to total units sold. Yeah, this. Then what I'm then going to do is to say, what I want you to do is return, I will now add a text. I'll say total sold between, let's say, 2013 to 2014 2014 is, or I can just do like this. Then I'll now put an and I'll now call the name of my variable total sales. Then I can then add, so Alt Enter. So I'll just say, oh, I think I'm supposed to put an and here as well. I'll say total profit, or I can just say total profit. I don't need to say I can then say total profit. Then I would do the last one, which is what? Units sold. Total units sold. And I'll call the name of my variable units sold. This one will be what? Total profit. And that will be all. I'll just click enter. It has already created my narration, but you see that is on my calendar table instead of my financial. So I can then go to my report, go to the model view. I think I need to restart my PC. So the narration, the name, I want it, the home table, I want it to be in financials, right? So it will leave this place and go to my financials. Now, if I go to my report, what I can then do is to just check it. I'll just click on it, and it's going to create a text basically, right? The other thing I want is maybe I'm going to go to the format. I think, yeah, format. I'm going to reduce the category label. Oh, I don't think, yeah. Then go to the call out value. Maybe I'll just reduce it and increase the, I'll just reduce it so it will be smaller. Now, in order for me to make this like create like a space, so it just looks like I'm saying I'm calling it out in a list, right? Because it's looking like one giant so one giant text, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to be like in a list, like I can click on my narration measure. I think I'll just add this. I'll just say star. Yeah, I'll just do this and do this. Now there might not be much of a difference, but I think there's a particular this thing I can add here. I've forgotten. So you can see it's getting there. I can then add, I think is a unique, yeah, unichar. I can add like 10, I think, if if I don't forget. I hope it is. And I think it's going to give like a space. Yeah, so you can see it's looking more like it now. I'm just going to add um this to the next one, and I'll click on enter, and you can see it's going to space it out for me nicely, I think. Yeah, and so this is left aligned. I can I don't want it wrapped. No, I think I want it wrapped, but I don't want it let me see. um Actually, do I want it like this? Okay. Oh, oh, yeah, so this is new. Okay, so I think the reason why, I don't know why this is like this, but uh hmm, what am I doing wrongly? uh, okay, I made a mistake. I think I can add multiple of it. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm curious. I'm a very curious person, so it didn't add anything to the visualization really. But I don't exactly know why this thing is in the middle, but I think I can solve that problem. I'm not sure. I think so, but I'm not sure. Is there padding here? I don't think there's anything I can do about this. So there is, but I'm not actually sure at the moment. I think there is. Again, I'm not sure. I want to make it so that it can be aligned towards the left. Not sure. This is weird. Supposed to be able to align towards the left, I think. Let me see what's gonna happen. Oh, I can add a format to this so that it formats well. I think if I'm not if I'm wrong, it will be format. Then I want it to be in I think it's comma 0.00. I've forgotten. No, I think it's hash. Then oh boy, forgetting the format for this. I think it's hash. Then if I'm not, I've forgotten, but oh, so I think that's an error. Let me check the format. Let me check format DAX in thousand or million. I think in thousand. A thousand separator. No. I think format. Let me see. Custom format thousand. I think I can also put dollar there as well. Let me see the example. Oh, so there's even currency. I think I will just say currency. Let me, is it currency like this? Let's see if it's gonna work. Oh, so what is happening? Oh, I think is hmm, oh, so okay, it's hash comma oh yeah. So I can do currency like this in uh let me try this if it will work. Oh, it does work. So I can put currency, and basically it's going to format it in terms of currency, and being that it is dollar, I can say format, then this I can then put currency. I'm going to put a space in between here and here. Units sold, I just want it to be in thousands, so I'll just say format, then I'll say comma, it will be hash comma hash then 0. I think, I hope I'm not wrong. I think so, I'm not sure. I've forgotten how that works. Otherwise it will just give me an error. Oh, it formatted it nicely. That's interesting. So I can then decrease the font and just put it somewhere as a narration. So I can just say oh, that is small. I can just say summary, and add this unique character of 10 so that you can take it to the yeah. So basically that solved most of my problems for me, and I can just add it here. Then you can then format it to remove the background, because it has a background. You can remove the background and you are fine. Let me reduce this. You can change the color to red, and look for a place to put it somewhere. And so if I then remove all of these pins, you can see it coming out nicely. Again, just put it anywhere, so you can do like a little summary with your DAX. And so what happens is, if I click on clothing now, you see that the numbers change. If I click on anything that will affect this, the numbers, oh, okay, so I didn't do it in such a way that it should affect this. So I can actually do like a filter that when any of this is selected, we should change this number. No, I can make this particular text dependent on this filter. Any of this, anytime I click a particular visual, it will help me filter across. So I can make these numbers dependent on this in such a way that it will just give me total. It will give me total based on that particular selection